Hello everyone, we will continue the topic TVARVC table, and in the previous video we discussed what this table is, what is the purpose or benefit of this particular table. STVARV transaction code is used to maintain the data into this particular table. This particular transaction code has two sections. One is parameter section, one is selection option section. This section is used to maintain single values under a variant name. This particular section is used to maintain multiple values or range of values under a variant name. Now, into this particular video, we will start with the practical part. We will take a requirement. Based upon that requirement, we'll maintain that data into TVARVC table using this particular transaction code. So what is our requirement? Our requirement has two parts. Now, what are those two parts? You cannot, or we'll say, customer is saying, suppose customer has a requirement that no user can create or change a sales order of quantity more than 1,000. It means users are only authorized to create a sales order of quantity up to 1,000. Suppose if a user is created a sales order of 1,000 quantity, after that a user cannot change the quantity from 1,000 to 2,000. So it means the users in a particular system are only authorized to create the sales order up to 1,000 quantity, create and change. Now, after that, now suppose if we want to create a sales order of more than 1,000 quantity, only two users are authorized. The first one is R Mehta and the second one is R Mehta 1. Or you can simply understand, whenever the customer is getting a order of more than 1,000 quantity, only these two users can create that sales order. No other user can create. So there are two parts of the requirement. Suppose customer has a team. Among that team, no user can create a sales order of more than 1,000 quantity. If they want to create a sales order of more than 1,000 quantity, they need to connect with these two particular users. So we have two parts of the requirement. Now, we will not go for system, we will not go for code, and we will write 1,000 as hard coded, because today customer has a requirement of 1,000. Tomorrow it can be 2,000. So we will not change the code and we will not even create a new table, because SAP has already provided a table. So in that table itself, we will maintain the quantity as 1,000. Suppose I will go for this particular transaction code. What is the transaction code? STVARV. Now, with the help of this transaction code, we will maintain that data into TVARVC table. What is the first part of the requirement? Quantity, we need to maintain 1,000. Single value, whenever we have a single value, we can simply use the parameter tab or section. So how we will maintain? Now, you can click on to this change button, or you can go for individual maintenance. It's totally your wish. Anyways, I will explain both. Suppose I will go for this particular change button. Whenever you will go for change, now you are able to see the create button. Now I will go for create. Now you can see we are able to see the previous entries also. Now system is asking to create a new entry. Now it's totally your wish. You can give any name, and it is not mandatory even the name should start with Z or Y, because it's a variant name. It is just, you can give any name. It is not compulsory that it should start with Z or Y. But what the best practice is, we should give with Z or Y. It's just a recommendation. If you are not following, SAP will not give you any error, nothing. It is not mandatory to start with Z or Y. Why I'm giving starting with Z or Y? Because it is in alphabetical order. If you will give the starting with Z or Y, it means at the last itself, you can check what are the various entries maintained into this particular table. Suppose if I am not giving starting with Z or Y, suppose I am giving quantity. I am not giving starting with Z or Y. I am saying 1000. If you want to go for case sensitiveness, you can simply select this particular checkbox. Anyways, we have the quantity, so there's no significance of case sensitiveness. Suppose I'm going for save. Before I go for save, I will simply show you TVARVC table. Suppose if I will go for this table, TVARVC, if I will display this table, I will go to contents of the table. I am giving the name quantity. I will go for number of entries. You can see number of entries 0. Now I am maintaining this particular variant name and this is the value. I am going for save. I saved. Now if I will go to number of entries, now you can see now we have one entry. So with the help of this transaction code, the entries are going into this particular table. If I will execute, now you can see we gave quantity. What is the type? Parameter. And what is the low value? Because parameter only has a single value. So it is coming as 1000. Now I gave the name starting with Q. It is not starting with Z or Y. And it's not mandatory also. Suppose if I'm coming on to this transaction code again. Now it is in alphabetical order. If I will go to the last, I'm not able to see anything. But now if you want to go for quantity, you need to check and you need to come here. So it's good that you will give the name starting with Z or Y so that anyone can predict that these are the various entries maintained by us into this particular table. So I will give starting with Z or Y. It's a recommendation. If you are not following, no issue at all. I will go to change mode. I'm deleting this quantity. I will delete. I will go for save. Now it's deleted from this table also. Done. I will give Z quantity. I will click on to create button. I'm giving Z quantity. Now I will give 1000. I will go for save. Now if I'm coming on to this transaction code, we can easily predict at the last we have the entries, yes, so that we can predict these are the entries we maintained into this particular table. Now if I will refresh this table, if I will go for Z quantity, this is Z quantity now, number of entries 1, Z quantity. Now first part of the requirement is done. I maintained the quantity 1000 under this particular variant in TVARVC table using this particular transaction code. Now, what is our second set of requirement? Only these two users are authorized to create a sales order of 1000 quantity. Tomorrow it can be 3 users. Day after tomorrow it can be 4 users. So we will not change the code every time and we will not create our own table at all. So into this particular table itself, we will maintain the users. Now we have multiple users. It means mandatory. We need to go for what? Selection option. That's why I took 2 parts of the requirement so that both can be covered. Now I will go to selection option. Now I will simply go to change mode. Now I will go to create entries. Create. Now it's good to give starting with Z so that you can see at the last. Now I will give suppose Z valid underscore users. You can give any name, it's not mandatory. Now we have two users. We want to maintain multiple users. So I'll simply click on to multiple selection button. Suppose what is first user? R Mehta. And the second user is R Mehta 1. It is just like a select option. You are giving random values. Yes. If you want to go for range of values, you can give range of values also. Anyways, we are going for multiple users. We are not going for range of users or something. Yes. Now I will simply go for save. Now you can see into this table, TVARVC table. If I will go to back button, now we have ZWeld underscore users. I will put and show you the entries. Now I will go to execute. I will go for execute. Now you can see we are able to see. Now for this particular, you can understand very easily. We are able to see two entries. Yes, for what is first equal to R Mehta, second one equal to R Mehta 1. Those who know select option, a select option has four parts: sign, option, low, high. I is include. We are including R Mehta, we are including R Mehta 1. And what S stands for? S stands for select option. So this is the way I showed you to maintain the entry using this particular change button. Whenever you will click on to change button, create button will become enabled and you can maintain that data. Now, rather than going for this, you can go for individual maintenance also. Individual maintenance means also you will be only able to see single thing. Means you can create single thing. Suppose if I will go for this individual maintenance. Now you can see whenever I'm clicking on to individual maintenance, you can able to see this screen where you can give the name of the variant and you can choose parameter or select option. Previously, this was not the case. You can maintain there. You are able to see the previous entries. You can maintain there. Yes. Now you are able to see single entry. Suppose if I'm giving suppose quantity underscore 1, suppose I'm giving. Suppose I will go for parameter. I will simply go for enter. Now, if I will simply go to create button, we are creating this particular variant as a parameter. Suppose value is 1000. I will go for save. Now, if I will go for simply suppose valid underscore users underscore 1. I will go for select option. I will go for create. Now, suppose if I will give the values, I will click on to multiple selection button, R Mehta and R Mehta 1. I will go to OK. Yes, save. Now we did two things. Now we used individual maintenance. Now if I will go to back button, now if I will show you parameter, we are able to see Z quantity. And if I will show you, there will be one thing quantity underscore 1. If I will go to Q, I will go to upper part of this particular screen and we will be able to see quantity underscore 1. I'll just go to back and I will show you. You can see quantity underscore 1. If I will go to selection option, we are able to see weld underscore users underscore 1. And this is our Z weld underscore use. I will delete this, which I entered through individual maintenance. I will just go to change mode. I'll just select this, delete. Because we already have Z quantity. Now I will go to selection option. I will simply delete this valid underscore users underscore 1. I will delete. Yes. I will go for save. Now, if I will show you the table, now into this particular table, if I will check all four, quantity underscore one, valid underscore users underscore one. I'm just reconfirming. It should not be in that table. Only two will be in that table. So these are our valid ones. So what is the summary of this particular video? In this video, we took one requirement. What is the requirement? Requirement is we cannot create a sales order of more than 1,000 order quantity. If we want to create a sales order of more than 1,000 quantity, only two users are authorized. So based upon that, we will not now go for code and hard code 1,000 and the users we cannot hard code because quantity can change at any point of time. Users can change at any point of time. So in that case, rather than doing the hard code, rather than creating a new table, just use this particular transaction code. SAP already provided that table. Then we went to parameter tab. Whenever we will go to parameter tab, because we want to maintain a single value. So we have put Z quantity and we gave that value. It's good that give the name starting with Z or Y so that you can check at the last itself. Anyway, there is no restriction. You can give any name. If you are not using Z or Y, it's not a mandate. After that, we went for select option. We gave some name to the variant and we gave the multiple selection. This is our first user. This is our second user. Now, rather than this, if you want to go for individual maintenance, you can go for individual maintenance also. It's totally your wish. Whenever you will go for individual maintenance, you will be able to see variant name. You need to choose parameter or select option and you can pass the values. But if you are going by this way, create button way, here itself you are able to see previous entries, you are able to maintain. So here you can see each and everything together. So that's it into this particular video. Thank you.